As we've increased accuracy, the applications have just exploded. I don't think anyone knows how many users of GPS there are around the world. I've heard 1 billion plus. The reality is nobody knows. And the number of applications, we hear about new applications every single week of GPS. And a lot of us think about the navigation function, and that's certainly very key for transportation. But GPS is probably used just as much for timing. And so a lot of the communication networks, banking, finance, power grids are really taking advantage of the accurate GPS timing signal. And those become the invisible applications that we often don't think about. As we move to more dependence on GPS and GNSS, we do need to be careful to not become too over-reliant on the technology. So there are what I call GPS challenged environments, so it really doesn't work well indoors or underground, so it's impeded by the physical limitations. It doesn't work well in dense canopy, and then if somebody wants to intentionally interfere with the signal, that can be very easily done. GPS is a very weak signal, and so we worry about unintentional interference, perhaps from solar storms, but we also worry about intentional interference. Use of GPS in trucks. Again, there's blind faith in GPS. The statistics are staggering. So, for example, the New York State Department of Transportation has looked at the data, and over the past 15 years, there were 1,400 trucks that crashed into bridges, and they estimated 81% of those were due to GPS. So part of it is the truck drivers not using the correct devices. The other part of it is that the maps aren't accurate, and so as roads are repaired, new bridges are built, how do you have all of that information collected in one place that the map companies can get access to? In terms of where we're headed in the future, you can see that we'll have GPS. GPS is going to continue to improve. We'll have the foreign satellite navigation constellations, but we still need to solve all of the challenged environments, and that's going to take a ground infrastructure. What that entirely entails is still a focus of research and development. We certainly know that we're going to need to integrate GPS with other technologies, and looking really at the synergy of PNT and communication systems. So the challenge always is that GPS works well so much of the time. It's hard to convince anyone to carry another system. People look at cost, size, weight of the devices. And so with communication devices that people have anyway, we're looking at whether it's possible to actually range off those communication systems and provide a navigation service from something that the user community already embraces.